If you've been sweating your balls off in this hot ass climate all night, if you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black of the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke Me Out fam with all the danks and dank shit on my left. The oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
Less than black is still black.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
You know, it's nice living in the Goldilocks zone of the Goldilocks zone. I'm just saying.
There you go. Yep. There are definitely parts of the West Coast that are literally on fire and just heat-wise hot as motherfucking balls.
Yeah, I'm sweating as we speak. It's fucking hot.
I am igot. I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
My window's open. I have a fan on, but it's not bad.
Yes,
I have a fan on, but I don't have my windows open, so and I don't have as many lights on, just to keep it even cool in here. If I turn another light, I'm pretty sure the temperature go up. So fuck all that.
Yeah, folks forget that literally just light bulbs when it's really hot as fuck. You want to cut those off. Like any little bit of extra heat, you don't want to fuck with.
Especially like the old school like incandescent light bulbs. It's just basically a light short. It's like an electricity short. Honest, going on all the time that generates heat. LEDs aren't as bad, but still, I mean, save electricity, save the heat, move. Southern California is nice. You're saying
your TVs as well. Make sure your TVs have enough space in between the wall and the TV, because those things generate, especially if a newer TV, generates a lot of fucking heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I noticed that. So sometimes when I'm playing on my, especially first-person shooters, on like my really nice TV, like my eyes will start to water because it's like it's super bright and it's like puts out a lot of heat, and it's just like I think I need to turn down the HDR and the oh, there we go, finally a fucking firework, and it's only today.
I haven't heard anything today. I heard some on Monday, nothing today.
Well, this is like the stark like contrast of like living in like Hayward to living here in like Chula Vista. In the Bay, like it was like months leading up to the 4th of July. It was fireworks like all the time. And here is just like, it's nothing. Like
some years it felt like it started around Chinese New Year and then never stopped until like August or some shit. And you'd be like, what the fuck? When are they going to stop with these goddamn fireworks? It's April. It's May. But yeah. Oh, well. Are we pouring out anything or what are we doing?
Yeah. Hey,
I got to give stats first. Hold on. Listener of the week would be Zor once again. Thank you very much, family. Appreciate it. Also, there's a person named Who That Pokemon. So, thank you very much for listening. Nobody in the chat yet, but we're also like extremely late. That was my fault. Yeah. So, sorry.
No worries.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Y'all gonna have to strap in for a little bit. I'm gonna pour some out this week. There's a multitude of them. We're just gonna do the old. Actually, no. We'll do something I poured on the while from St. Ives. St. Ives. I poured some of that out in a minute. Who that is? Okay.
That's Blue joining. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
I'm over here shining. I'm glistening over here. I'm like a glazed donut, boy. It's hot as mug.
No homo. We're gonna pour some St. Ives out. We're gonna start with Nancy McKenzie. She was getting a lot of love on social media, and for what she did, I'm gonna pour some out for her this week. She's a Peruvian actress who provided the voice in Spanish-speaking countries for Marge Simpson. She has been the Latin AM or Latin M. I'm pretty sure it's short for Latin American. She's been the voice of Marge Simpson in Latin American countries for 15 seasons. She's also been the voice of Leela from Futurama, Mrs. Keene from Powerpuff Girls, Sailor Moon, Trinity, live action Trinity, in Spanish-speaking countries. Disney characters such as Cruella de Vil, Clara Bella the Cow, and Daphne Blake in The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. She was getting a lot of love for all of her work. She was 82. So, next up we have Bill Cobbs. He's known for such
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
No, Bill Cobbs.
Not yet.
Not
Got
yet.
him.
Bill Cobbs is known for roles as Louisiana Slim in the film The Hitter. It's an old movie. A pretty popular movie, Walter. He played Walter in the movie The Brother from Another Planet. If you've never seen that movie, you should actually watch this movie. It's usually on PBS at least once a month, usually. But anyway, uh, he played Reginald in Night of the Museum, Master Tinker on Oz the Great and Powerful. He played Lewis Coleman in I'll Fly Away. He's been on the Michael Richards Show, and he's even appeared on Walker, Texas Ranger, and Sopranos. In The Sopranos, he won a daytime Emmy for his role. He served in the Air Force for 8 years. He was a radar tech. He didn't get an acting job until he was 36. He did odd jobs up until then. His first professional work was Ride a Black Horse. Never even heard of that. From there, he starred in a ton of films. He's been one film on pull out in particular was Ghosts of Mississippi. In that film, he played the older brother of Medgar Evers, and he starred in the two-part series finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as an unnamed elderly agent. He died at the age of 90. He died last week, right during the podcast, so I didn't get this out, but I typed it.
Wait, he was on the
next
podcast
up-
and he died?
He died the Wednesday we're doing the podcast. That'd be
It's
very
like
terrible.
he was on the podcast when he died.
That'd be terrible. Next up, we have Taylor Wiley. He was a sumo wrestler and competed in the UFC. He had a recurring role on Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum PI. In the UFC, he went by the name, I believe, I'm going to butcher this, but I believe this Talia Tuli. He competed in UFC 1.
Yes,
where he
I
lost.
remember this match because the guy who we fought against was a kind of a piece of shit dude. And I forget his name. He's a French guy. He was an expert in Savate. I got to look it up, but you'll know this guy because it was I think it was like literally the first fucking match.
It is literally the first match.
Yeah,
it's
and
literally the first match. You're right.
And the guy, I think it's Levesque or something like that. He kicked the guy who just passed away in the face, and his tooth came out, like into the crowd.
Two teeth.
Two teeth. Okay, yeah.
2 teeth. Yeah, he kicked out 2 teeth. So.
Wait, was
yes.
that his wrestling name?
No, his wrestling name was
Coming
Talia
down to the
Tuli.
ring, get 2 teeth.
Yeah, that's all bad. In addition to Hawaii Five-0, he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall as a hotel worker who becomes friends with Jason Siegel's character. Apparently, he was on a show in Utah called Island Life Live, and he died on location. He was 56. Let's see. Next up, we have Shifty Shellshock. Born Brian. Born. Yeah, hold on. Born Brian Binzer. He was the lead singer for the band Crazy Town. They made hit songs like Butterfly, but before they were Crazy Town, they were Brimstone Sluggers, but they changed their name in 1999. The band was heavily supporting Red Hot Chili Peppers, and their song Butterfly samples the Pepper song Pretty Little Ditty.
Oh, yeah.
Shellshock rapped on the song and became a #1 Billboard hit. After their second album, which didn't sell very well, but didn't have the same success as the first, the band broke up. Then Shellshock worked with Paul Oakenfold, where he had another hit called Starry-Eyed Surprise. He had been struggling with addiction and appeared on VH1 Celebrity Rehab, as well as Celebrity Sober House for 2 seasons. He died at his home in L.A. No cause of death at the time has been given. He was 49.
So, is that your last one?
No, I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
One minute. Okay. Last but not least, we have Donald Sutherland, actor with 6 decades of Hollywood acting and considered one of the best actors never nominated for an Academy Award, but he was given an honorary award in 2017. He's won Primetime Emmys, Golden Globes. He rose to fame in roles in the movies Dirty Dozen in the 1960s. In the 70s, he started MASH and Invasion of the Body Snatchers in the 70s. He's in Will Smith's 6 Degrees of Separation. For your Broken Lizard fans, he's in Beer Fest. For your Hunger Games fans, he is President Snow in the Hunger Games series. For you Buffy the Vampire fans, he is the original Merrick in the film version with Christy Swanson and Paul Rubens. The software thriller Disclosure with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore. And COVID the movie, Michael Crichton's Outbreak with an all-star cast all-star cast including Dustin Hoffman and Rene Russo. He continued acting well into his 80s with last year's Lawman Bass Reeves for Paramount Plus. He was involved in some politics, notably the Free the Army anti-Vietnam War activist group with a number of other celebrities. It was discovered in 2017 in declassified documents that it was revealed that Sutherland was on the NSA watch list between 1971 and 1973. He was also a blogger in 2008 for the Huffington Post during the election season. He is the father of Kiefer, Rosef, and Angus Sutherland, all actors. He also has two other children that are not actors, that are not in the industry. He has a memoir coming out to be posted in November of this year. He died at the age of 88. And that is it from my RIPs.
So about Tila Tuli, I want to talk about a guy who's probably one of the dirtiest goddamn fighters ever in combat sports, and his name was Gerard Gordeau. Yeah. This dude. So there was after he did this, in the UFC, he beat Tila Tuli, which is this is fair. Like he KO'd him basically, head kick, and then he KO'd another guy from a doctor stoppage, TKO'd him. But then he lost to Horace Gracie. But he did another thing called Vale Tudo in 1995, which is Vale Tudo is very similar to MMA. Basically means anything goes. And back then, even the UFC, basically anything went. And this guy, what do you call it? He eye gouged one of the competitors in Vale Tudo in 1995. So bad the guy lost vision in one of his eyes. But the guy they did it to, his name was Yuki Nakai. And Yuki Nakai didn't quit. He got his eyes gouged, one of them so bad that he couldn't fucking see anymore. He's still blind to this day in one of his eyes. And he went on to beat Gerard Gordeau by heel hook. And then he got to he went to the finals against Hicks and Gracie. There's a great documentary about it called Choke. It's a documentary about Hicks and Gracie, but you'll become a Yuki Nakai fan if you watch the documentary, because the fact that this guy was beat the fuck down before he got to the finals. Like he was literally half blinded, and he got beat up like in his next match, and he still fought Hickson Gracie. And Hickson, because he knew that the guy was already beat up, like he decided to like grapple him and not punch him in the face anymore. Because like literally when you watch a guy go out to like the finals match, both of his eyes are like pretty much sealed shut. Like it was crazy. Like both of his eyes were just like balled up, and it was amazing. He's the guy is a martial arts fucking legend. So yeah, there goes a little more background into MMA and martial arts in general.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that recent MMA fight with the giant dude where he fought like two smaller guys and they were like hella talking shit?
Eddie Hall. So Eddie Hall is he's a power lifter,
right?
Not a bodybuilder, power lifter. And yeah, the guy he's
so fucking great.
He is so goddamn strong. People don't really seem to understand like how strong that dude is. And he's huge. He went up against like two opponents that were like smaller than him by a lot. And they like ran around the whole match. And at the end, they tried to come for him. And he picked up one of them and just like, it was like a goddamn wrestling move, just like powerbomb this dude. And then the other guy came at him and I think he threw him too. And then the guy got up that he threw and then he punched him in the face, one punch KO. And then he went to ground and pound the other guy. And it was just like, it was crazy. It's something out of fucking movie.
It's real funny to watch. It's like watching like clowns run around with the fucking raging bull. That's literally how it looks. But like that guy, like I saw a video of him punching one of those like those machines where it measure your strength, and like he broke the machine. Like that's how powerful his punch was.
Yeah, his I want to look up like he had like this really cool, not cool, it's actually kind of horrifying to watch. He broke a world record for deadlift. And it was some insane amount of weight, which I'll look up in a second. But as he was like lifting this thing up, like his nose started bleeding. And like he literally, like a little while later, he almost died from like what happened because he lifted so much fucking weight. But it was pretty crazy.
Like an aneurysm or something?
Yeah, it's like, like you're trying to push, like lift all this weight and like your blood just goes, like your blood pressure has to spike. And he was just busting all kinds of fucking blood vessels. Let me see. Deadlift record.
Wow. I actually
yeah,
saw that.
It was 1,102 pounds.
They lifted 1 ton.
Yeah. Can you imagine
1.1
fucking lifting
tons.
that?
No,
Like,
nope.
What the fuck?
1.1 tons. That's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he almost died.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
I remember seeing him
That's
like
half a
busting-
ton.
Yeah,
half. Isn't
2,000 pounds is a ton.
oh, that was 1,000.
I'm pretty sure it's 2,000.
I was over here because I was like, isn't it 2,000? But yeah, it's 2,000. But so he lifted up half a ton. It's crazy. That's still fucking impressive.
Still a lot. Yeah, it's still a lot.
going back real quick to one of the folks that you also mentioned, Old Ninja. Wasn't he in not Do the Right Thing? New Jack City as the one that shot Nino Brown?
The one who shot Nino Brown was the mom, but he might be in New. I believe he's in New Jack City.
No, there was a guy in New. There was a guy. Hey, that's Sebby. I thought there was a guy at the end in the courtroom.
Yeah, in the courtroom, it's the mom. She's the one who surrendered. The mom of.
Maybe it's been so long I fucked up. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but
I'll fact check.
but he might also be in the movie too. But he's not the one that pulled the trigger.
Okay.
But yeah, he probably is in that movie to be honest. But yeah, the mom is the one who pulled the trigger.
Cool. All right.
Oh, actually, no. I think you're right because he says Nino Brown, you have a date in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that is him.
I think that is. All right. I'm
He's in so many movies I couldn't list them all. So
yeah.
It's like super crazy.
He's one of those guys that you knew his face. Or one of
Yeah,
those
you knew his
actors.
face, but you would know his face, but you wouldn't know his name.
I mean,
But
doesn't
he's in a lot of shit.
knowing somebody's face defines famous, though, right? I mean,
No, because you can know someone and not be like, hey, I don't know your name, but I've seen you around before.
well, I mean, but if you're like really famous,
don't
though,
know.
yeah, you should.
Yeah.
know somebody's
No,
face.
yeah, he's not an A-lister, so
Right.
he's not Brad Pitt. So still.
Like, there's directors out there that I'll know by face, but I wouldn't be able to remember her name at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, I met the director for Walking Dead at San Diego Comic-Con. I was like, hey, I know you from somewhere, but I don't know who you are. But can we take a picture?
Yeah. Somebody
Oh,
else will know
my
who you are, not me though.
Yeah.
Wild shit. Yeah, actually, yeah. It was like that when I ran into Casper Van Dien. Like, I couldn't remember his name, but I knew who he was. It's like, wild shit. So,
It's something
he was really cool, though.
I walked past Sugar Shane Mosley at an airport randomly one day, and I was like, oh, but I forgot who the fuck he was because like I recognized his face, but I didn't know who he was. And I also met Kane, not Kane. What the fuck? Oh, I forget his
Like
name.
the devil.
No, it's I can't remember. It'll come back to me. He was a former presidential candidate.
Herman Cain.
No, not Herman Cain. The white guy.
Oh, was
He was
it
a Vietnam
Perot?
veteran. He's a Vietnam veteran that got fucking tortured and shit. John McCain.
John McCain.
There we go.
I was gonna say that's like
Oh.
52 presidents. I have to try to figure out which one you're talking about.
You know, the white guy. That's all but
Oh,
one.
man. All but one.
That one white guy.
Abraham Lincoln.
So I gotta take the wheel because this has been kind of I gotta curb this because Cronus can attest to this. This fucking game came out yesterday called The First Descendant. Like, I've been seeing shit about it on and off literally since like I want to say December of last year, and it was just like very weird. Like, I had no idea that this was going to be free.
I didn't
play.
either. Like, but then I went back and like
Yeah.
watched the old promos, and they did mention that it was fucking free.
I guess I was so enamored with this game, and at least with the graphics and playing the game, it's like super weird because it's like it feels like they took pieces from multiple games
Yeah.
and put them together, and then took some Easter eggs from other games or movies and placed them in the fucking game. I'm like, how the fuck is this game not being sued? So it's just very,
I mean,
it's very weird to me.
It's not like Power World. I mean, Power
No,
World.
it's not Power-
But those are obviously Pokemon.
Well,
so.
Power's not getting sued. Nintendo has not made any kind of lawsuits about that company as of yet to this day, and everyone keeps thinking that Nintendo would, and they haven't. So we'll see. But it's just very weird. So it's very hard to describe the game to me because I wasn't paying attention to the fucking story because I was super distracted by all these anime titties that are all in this fucking game. like I swear to God, there's so I'll give you what I
I'm
got.
sorry. What? Let me lean up in my seat. What you said now? Anime titties? What?
So
Look
let
at
me explain from what I understood
that.
from the game. So basically, humanity's like invaded. Basically, it's like some weird like aliens they act like they're Greek gods or some bullshit. But basically, humanity's uplifted by some entity or race of beings or some shit, and they call these people descendants. So they basically are. It looks like they're in an exosuit or cybernetic enhancement. I'm still kind of not quite sure. It looks more like cybernetics, but they're basically given like a. I don't want to say powers, but they're like
They're
technological. But
powers.
yeah, but they're kind of technologically enhanced because it's like your arms come out and like shit shoots out and shit, and like you can run based on your leg, but still, like it's just very weird.
You can
and like
run based on your legs.
no, like you can run super fast based on your cybernetic legs.
Oh.
Like one chick, she hits like Mach 3.
Okay.
It's very weird.
I just want to make sure I heard you right. That's all.
Right. Yeah, I'm still distracted, and like you just shoot a bunch of like I don't know if there's monsters. It's mostly like people in mech suits or some shit.
No, it's monsters. I mean, the Vulgus they're monsters. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I don't know. I just shoot them, and it's like so it feels like it's part 1/4 Destiny, 1/4 Warframe, and 1/4 Anthem, and
It
then
is,
like
yeah, that's accurate.
yeah, so yeah,
That's
like
3/4, but all right.
yeah, but then it takes in stuff from like kind of pop culture is kind of. I'll explain this part in a second, but I guess there's 13, 14. I counted 14 descendants, unique descendants.
Yeah, so it's also the other quarter would be like Overwatch because it's a hero.
Oh yeah,
shooter,
there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Let me complete the math, Ninja.
Is this a solo game or is it a multiplayer?
It's a co-op. It is
MMO?
co-op. It is 4-player. Yeah, it is an MMO from what I.
You can play it solo. I soloed it, so you can play it solo.
You can play solo, but there's like like in Destiny or I guess in Warframe also there's like a hub area where you go and you can get other people. You can recruit them to play with you. There's also like an open area that's open to other players, and when you start a mission, they can jump into your mission as well. And it's like there's a lot of chicks in the game, and every chick has her tits out. Like their tits are all the way out.
No,
their tits are out. I'm not complaining. I'm just noticing like this is extra weeby.
I just
extra
don't want
weeby fucking.
People are gonna have expectations now of the game. So like one of the characters, Bunny, who's gonna be in so many fucking porn videos. I'm just saying. But when you first meet her, she's fully clothed. Like you can't see any of her skin. Like you can't even see like her face. So, but you can see.
She does wear a mask.
She wears a whole helmet. It's a full helmet.
Yeah. So have you seen her skins?
Yeah,
her skins or her tits?
Yeah.
So she's wearing a bathing suit.
Bro, you keep cutting me off though. But when you first meet the character, though, like it's not like her tits aren't out. You know what I mean? So, and in the beginning of the game, like you get to choose from 3 characters. One of them, yes, you can see like cleavage or whatever, but the other 2 are dudes. And I played as like the chick only because like the other 2 dudes seemed kind of lame. Like one was a tank and the other one would just seem like a normal
fire.
Yeah, I just don't want to do that. So I play as the ice chick. So, yeah, but yeah, Buddy's gonna be like a whole thing. Just I'm calling it.
So
I'm looking. You're right.
So, I'm surprised that they're not getting sued over Bunny because Bunny has the same colors as Diva from Overwatch. Her suit or costume or whatever looks very, very, very similar to Diva.
No, this is like
she looks very similar to Diva.
No, she does not. Diva doesn't have a helmet. Diva uses a whole ass mech.
So you can get a version of her with no helmet.
Okay, but she still looks nothing like. There's no way they're gonna get sued over Diva. Y'all can look up Bunny, the character, in First Ascendant, and look up Diva, and then tell me if they look the fucking same. They don't look the same to me. Like you would if somebody decided to sue over that, they would lose by a lot. So nobody's picking that case up.
Is Bunny? Hold on, because Diva is definitely South Korean and a gamer girl or whatever. Any correlations there?
No, not that I've seen.
No,
Yeah.
not really. I mean, the game is made by a South Korean company. Maybe I guess that's it. I mean,
Bro, you got some long ass arms with all these reaches, bro.
no, what do you mean? Do you
just
know?
reach it
You
with
know
South Korean company, so I mean, definitely some sort of.
No, I did not say definitely. I just said maybe. But
Not
it
even a
is a
maybe.
South Korean company.
I didn't know you
I'm
brought it
just
up.
saying.
Like you're being weird.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you're a weeb, a horny weeb, this game's for you. There's extra anime titties, especially dude. One of the fucking skins is literally a maid outfit with a garter belt. And like it's all out shit. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm looking it up while you're discussing it real quickly because research. But if I can't, it's one of those games where I can't tell what's like weeby fucking pervy stuff that's not in the game, but people want to like create it with AI, or whether this is game footage.
This game's only been out for a day.
I mean,
it's already out there.
This is probably going to be called the first Fuda, so because we
Yeah.
have Fuda Watch, right? So I already know it's going to be a whole bunch. People are right now like computating all kinds of CGI Fuda-ness for this. Like it's
because
coming,
this is on PC. So by tomorrow, you'll see like the little quick 30-second ones. By Saturday, you'll see the full length like 10-minute ones. So if you wait.
Just to be clear, though, it's multi-platform. Yes, it's on PC as well, but it's multi-platform.
Yeah.
So you can play cross-platform, which is fucking great. So.
And cross generation, but I can see like your PS4 and Xbox Ones are probably gonna melt. Maybe
it's pretty graphically intense. So, like it's a good looking game, except for the goddamn lip sync. For some on mine, this shit was way off.
It's super way off.
I bet by the end of the week we're gonna see Bunny doing Hot 2.
Hot Tour.
Yeah, on a metallic one too. The game, so it's very weird. So I've unlocked Bunny. You can unlock Bunny. So at first she's just a character that like helps you in the first mission or a couple missions, and then you can actually unlock her. So I unlocked her last night, and there's like I guess 13 other ones I can get now. You got to grind to get a character though. It's kind of a grind, but it's not too bad. It's better when you have other people, and it's cool that you can play up to 4 people. So it's like really cool. You can just jump in with friends and just
is it
blow shit up and shit.
I get distracted by the anime titties and the bunny stuff, but is it PvP or PvE or both?
PvE that I've seen so far.
PvE for now, yeah. I've not seen PvP. It could be later, but right now it's very much Overwatch-ish, Destiny kind of ish, and Warframe-ish. Right now, the controls are adequate. Like I don't want to say it's super groundbreaking. It's very weird because you have like a lot of abilities. So there's like a little I feel like the controls are a little wonky. I had to get used to them for sure, but it's very functional. You get 3 weapons. You get 2 like weapons and like 1 super weapon, quote unquote, or like a heavy weapon, not super, a heavy weapon. Then you get like abilities you can throw out and shit. It's pretty fast paced. And it's very graphically intense, like Prentice said.
Yeah, I think the core combat mechanics are actually pretty decent. Like I was very surprised on how well I did, like just doing basic, running and gunning. And there's a loot system. I think that it is kind of like Anthem, but one of the good things is that you can do multiple missions in a row. So like this, so I played like the first level. Then I like the next day I played like the next like after the first level, and that's when everything opens up. You get like the whole hub world thing and all this shit. So it got a lot more fun. I can see there's like a whole bunch of different mechanics in the game that you have to kind of unlock. Like I think there's probably crafting and like all this other kinds of shit in there. So it looks like there's a lot of like pieces there to make a good game. So we'll see. There were some issues that I've had with the game so far. It did hard crash me once, and for some reason in the hub world, my character seems to go to like claymation animation. Like it's everything else around me looks fine. Like it's all moving normal, but like my character
I know what you're talking about.
is like stop motion. Like it's fucking weird. So
like it's not rendering right.
yeah, it's just like but you can still move around and shit. So
I get really nervous whenever I hear something a game compared to Anthem.
it's not that's not a bad thing. So there were good things about Anthem. All right, so Anthem wasn't 100% bad. So
yeah,
okay, but I think we can all admit that Anthem was a colossal fucking failure.
yeah, 100%,
and a
yeah.
disappointment.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like it was not a good game by any stretch.
No, but they didn't
So
do everything wrong.
So the good parts of Anthem are in this game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's very interesting because like traversal is pretty cool because everyone gets a grappling hook, and you can like swing on your grappling hook in like not just a straight like line. You can actually swing outwards with your hook. So it's very interesting and weird.
And there's double
it's
jumping,
very-
so beware.
Yeah,
Prodigy,
you can double jump.
'cause
Yeah, there's double
they're probably
jumping.
That
platforming
doesn't sound
somewhere.
good at
So
all.
yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
fucked.
But
So
your
are they gonna,
grappling
get
you
sued by
other stuff.
Akami for stealing the rope swing from what was it called, Commando, back on the old NES?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Bionic Commando.
It's funny.
Bionic Commando.
Bionic,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, I love that game.
Yes, there's some shit in there that's kind of funky. Like there's like they call it a sleep suit or like it's a onesie, but it looks like fucking Yoshi. It's like a bath fucking dinosaur onesie thing. They have like a jetpack. It looks exactly like the pack from Rocketeer. If you've ever seen the Rocketeer, except it's all black. There's like a for your jetpack, you can have like a hamster and a wheel on your back. There's people in full panda suits. I was like, what the fuck is happening in this game? It's super crazy.
Well,
There's a lot of shit to do.
I think that's
I'm just very surprised.
honestly all the crazy customizations is genius on their part because I'm pretty sure all the shit that you saw was like paid for content.
Oh, 100%.
So I mean that's how they're getting their money. So I'm like, bring all the fucking craziness. Bring all the craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Get your money.
There's a lot of craziness in there.
We saw with Overwatch 1 that those like loot boxes and shit, like sometimes people would pay real deal fucking money for that shit, and obviously Fortnite was incredible with the fucking skin sales.
Yeah.
So GTA 5 did a whole bunch of sales for their different cars and skins and suits and building. That ecosystem that everybody complains about online,
It's
makes
still
a
doing
whole
well.
fucking ton of money.
Well, this is the thing.
That's what made Fortnite popular.
Well, this is the funny thing about it is like, yeah, those systems exist, but I think people like pretty much everybody on this podcast, like we don't subscribe to any, like I haven't bought any skins for literally anything.
No.
Nope. But I think it's good for like, it's
actually,
obviously geared towards like the newer generations of people because they want to do shit like that. I'd rather just unlock it or just be like plain Jane. I don't give a fuck.
Only time I downloaded or paid for skins was when it came in as part of a DLC. Like for for example, like the Arkham games. Like I got a lot of the DLC skins for those.
Yeah,
it's I'm guilty. Modern Warfare got me on a couple of them, so I had to get Spawn, and I had to get a couple of them. So I got Spawn and Tomb Raider and like a couple other ones. So they got me.
Nicki Minaj, man. I saw you.
Oh yeah, I got Snoop too. I got Nicki and Snoop. So,
working on them.
Yeah, I had to get both. Yeah, I had to get both of them. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think in general I don't usually buy like the cosmetic skins or whatever. But if it's something that's great, I may be fucking tempted.
I think for us, I think if it hits on that nostalgia, I think that's where they can get us.
Yeah,
my character gets to wear like a bathing suit bikini or something like that. Like, no, I ain't paying that to see that.
Yeah,
wait for it to be on XP Hub.
Yeah, there's a few of those on there. It's kind of funny. So there's certain characters, just like you were saying, there's characters you can buy outright, or you can grind to get them. So it's up to you if you want to do it. Like you can either pay your 10, 15, 20 bucks to get it instantly, or you just grind it out. You gotta do a bunch of missions, but you'll get it eventually.
Well, I think that's like
I did that with one character.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go because that's basically like the Warframe. Warframe. Most people don't know, but that game is it's an amazing game, especially for it being free and the amount of content that they brought out with it. But they're the ones that kind of originally crossed the line of like what people like how you should have paid for content because there was like a one piece of content where basically just like leveled you up in a certain way to where you're kind of OP, but there was no path to get to that way without paying for it. And so after I think it was like a couple of weeks, they were like, okay, you can still pay to do this, but we're going to make there a way in the game without paying for it to get the same thing. You just got to grind for it. And so I think that's like way more reasonable. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a really good other example was Rainbow Six, because you could like fucking grind, and there were people who grinded all the way from 2015 when that game launched to current, still fucking playing, still doing
Oh
tourneys and
yeah,
shit. But
100%.
some people just bought operators, some people bought skins and all of that. They kind of did it at made it accessible both ways. Like you could grind, but it was a serious, like that had to be your pretty much only game with the grind level. But
Yeah,
excellent game.
I
You
feel
can
like
go either route.
I feel like there should be an icon above the person's head of like whether they grinded through it or whether they paid
Yeah.
for it. Like, just for, like, you know what I mean?
Or some, yeah, like a
Yeah.
little asterisk next to their game
Yeah,
tag
little
and then-
asterisk.
You should have like the little Daddy Warbucks fucking icon above them.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first Descendant, I don't see anyone doing a full review because it's kind of big fucking game. When you look at the map, the first area is a pretty decent size, even though there are load screens to get into certain areas. But like, you have to unlock the next area. I just barely unlocked the second area. When you look at the map, it's like a ring, and I'm like, the ring is like, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 pieces, and I'm only on the second piece. It looks like there's a lot of shit to do. So they gave you a pretty good amount of content. I'm pretty sure, and I guess there's a battle pass which I haven't even found. Also, Cronus, you should check your mailbox because of the issues that you were experiencing. They gave everybody a bunch of free boosters that last 3 days.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have like a bunch of shit. Yeah, everyone got a bunch of shit we got for free. So you just pop it and it'll last
See,
you for 3 days.
this is the way you do it. I mean, this is very similar to Destiny when it first came out. Like they gave us free shit because there were some issues, and like just if you're gonna have like a live service model and it's free, like you have to like stay on the ball. You can't. This is the problem with Anthem. So Anthem, they fucked up from the jump. This game didn't fuck up from the jump. Let's just be clear, but they didn't fix things in a timely manner, and so I think a lot of game companies are learning from like CD Projekt Red and Hello Games, about how to, even if there are some mistakes in the game, you can still fix them and keep your core audience engaged. And if you don't, you pay the fucking price, and that price is gigantic. The price is you probably losing your game studio.
Yep.
Let's not forget Warner Brothers Montreal with the Suicide Squad release, because that lost Warner Brothers a lot of money, and that's a live service game.
And they could have fixed it, and
They could have.
they didn't really. So yeah, they put in a bunch of things that didn't really seem to. It's the thing that got me. The reason why I stopped playing the game was the whole extra grind to get Joker, because I wanted to play as Joker.
Oh yeah.
And like getting all this extra, I'm like, no, dude, I'm not gonna put in like literally 10 to 20 hours of like the same repetitive gameplay to unlock the Joker. Like, fuck all that. If they'd have just unlocked him and I could play it, I would have still been playing it to this day. The same repetitive bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna play the same repetitive bullshit just to unlock him. So sorry.
Yeah, and like they kept telling you stuff was coming, and they did it in pieces. So they added like literally maybe one mission, but everything else was still kind of the same. And it's like you had to grind to get. I grinded with B-Boy to get Joker, and he stopped playing at one point. He got close. He got so close that he stopped.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, B-Boy, you just need to like literally like a bunch more missions later, you'll have the Joker. But he stopped. He had other games to play. So.
But the writing was on the wall with that one. Like as soon as I don't know, within the first 2 or 3 weeks, they were already talking about publicly, oh, the sales are disappointing. And when the launch sale, like remember, Destiny had huge launch sales. Destiny 1 and 2 and whatnot. There were everybody was playing that shit. Overwatch 2, a whole bunch of games. This one, it didn't have a big fucking launch. Like that was it.
Like even when the game trailers came out, like even I was saying like the game just looked bad. I think a lot of people kind of ran with that. Then once people actually were playing it and talk about how like how some of the characters weren't just up to par, like I think a lot of people just completely lost interest in it.
I mean, honestly, like the game itself to me was not bad, but it was after you beat it and then you realize that it became like kind of like a grind fest to do like really anything. That was the bad part. They need to like break the core gameplay loop. That's the issue with the game. So I think that I'm going to give a shout out to Sean Murray from Hello Games, because he's a person that released a fucking broken game. He made a bunch of promises. The game was fucked up. And you know what he did? He sat down, didn't say shit for like a good long time. Well, he apologized that it wasn't what everybody thought it was going to be. and then he sat down with his developers and his coders, and he made a better fucking game. And he's been making a better game for the past fucking I don't know how many years now since.
For like 4 years.
Yeah, yeah. And now this game it's
4 or 5 years.
it's a lauded game now. But all these other studios that they released a fucked up game and they don't try to fix their shit. Like you can fix it.
Yeah, and that's great that you can fix it. Like just over the air update, just update the game, fix it. He patches holes that are there because I mean basically the disc is just there to kind of help boot up the game. Everything else is pretty much ran off of the hard drive after that.
Yeah, I mean,
but with Hello Games, it was an overhaul over time. Like they added better features, and then they start adding the expeditions, were giving the community actually shit to do. Because at one point they ran into that whole end game issue where there's nothing to do at the end except for the same shit. And later on, they started adding more shit, adding actual fucking missions where people and the community came together. Like even today, like more shit just came out back in like fucking April, and people are still struggling with it today. Well, not struggling; they're trying to finish it.
I'm gonna give quick credit to another game that because we've talked about the Hello Games for quite a while, but Fallout 76 was a game that I fucking shit on like a motherfucker. Like I literally bought it at launch because I enjoyed, even though it was broken in some ways, and the engine fucking sucked. I enjoyed Fallout 4, and this was supposed to be a MMO or multiplayer version kind of that. And it fucking shit the bed at launch. I think it was down like low reviews, kind of like fucking Avengers and Suicide Squad. Just mid-level or D- fucking reviews and shit, and they kept adding on to it. And I know B-Boy Frost hobby plays it. Quite a few people play it like still, and I was even thinking about like jumping back on there or whatever. But supposedly they've corrected the ship, and it's a fun fucking game to play. And then especially after having the successful Fallout TV series, a lot of people started playing Fallout 76.
Yep. I think that was I mean, this is. I think the industry should learn from this. Is that yes, mistakes are made, but the best way to recover is like to fix your mistakes, and it's not wait for your next fucking project because you've already lost trust in your consumer. Okay, so if you don't address the trust issue with your consumer, you cannot put out another game without addressing that. Like you can't, or you're gonna have super declining revenue rates because nobody's gonna fucking buy your shit. And that's why I think CD Projekt Red going back and like really fixing Cyberpunk 2077 was really needed because we all know that they know how to make good games. And I know they're gonna make another Witcher, and the only way they could have people like pay for the Witcher again is to fix Cyberpunk. Because it's gonna squash a bunch of questions that people have. Same thing with BioWare. Something happened with BioWare. Like the last game, Andromeda, was it was a flop, and they didn't really. I think they might have fixed some of the stuff, but I didn't go back and play it, so I don't really fucking know. Dragon Age looks pretty good, to be honest with you, when I looked at it, but it's not gonna have as big as a pop as it could have had they not totally fixed Andromeda. So
and Dragon Age, and I've played I think I played 2 or whatever, or maybe Inquisition. That's had its own little fan base. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's its own kind of RPG world that people fuck with heavy, separate from Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect is the better franchise in general, but Mass Effect it's been on some hard times. I mean, we got to be very fucking honest. And I love Mass Effect, but I want them to succeed. But you're right. The whole studio fucking hurt from Andromeda, and you got to build fucking momentum and shit. You know what I mean? And then the other thing, real quickly, I'll say, what helped with CD Projekt Red was, in addition to going back and fixing 2077, which I need to play, they also released a fucking banger of a goddamn anime that won Anime of the fucking Year that had the same title. Let's not forget that shit. That shit went hard as fuck. That was in 2022, I believe. So, You know,
Something like
the some people started actually picking up Cyberpunk based on how much they love the fucking anime.
Yeah, Cyberpunk was. Yeah, I just stopped playing at a certain point. I need to pick it. I need to start playing it again. But
I finished that bitch.
Yeah,
I went back to it after, and then went back to finish it.
Well, I think.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I just remember Adam Sandler, not Adam Sandler. What's his name?
Adam Smasher.
Tesla. From
Tesla.
X-Play. How
Adam
he was reviewing. Yeah, because I get it confused with Adam from MythBusters. But anyway, it's like I just remember him reviewing
That's not
the
his
game.
name either.
About,
all right. God damn, what the fuck?
What's his name? What's the game they got from MythBusters?
One of them White Adams. Come on now, one of them boys.
Damn.
Anyway. Yeah, I just remember him reviewing the game and just talking about how bad it was. But he talked about all the fun stuff like the giant dildos and all these other different things that kind of was littered all over the game.
Yeah.
And I had high hopes because Keanu Reeves kind of advertised for the game. Plus, he's in it as well. But it seems like he was just a side character that you couldn't really play, right?
You could play as him actually, and it was amazing.
Okay,
He had this fucking pistol that just destroyed everything.
Nice.
Yeah, Johnny Silverhand was this character in the game.
And then there's the DLC, which got rave reviews as well. The one with Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I don't have it.
I definitely want to pick. I want to like work my way through base game and fucking DLC, and I might do that this fucking fall or whatever. But it was still a good, I think, like 60, 70 fucking bucks on goddamn PlayStation. I was like, man, I need to wait for a sale or some shit.
Wait, what was?
It was on sale for a little bit.
Cyberpunk?
The sale was
yeah, but it was. I wanted. It was the Ultimate Edition, the PS5.
Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need. Did the Ultimate Edition include the DLC?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. So you're probably not gonna find anything better than that. So, or if you wait, maybe Black Friday you can get the game for $20-$30, and then DLC. Maybe
or
15.
Even sooner, Prime Day. We are not sponsored by Amazon, by the way, but Prime Day is coming up.
Oh yeah.
It's on the 16th and 17th of
16th?
of July. So yeah.
Man, you guys seen those commercials with Megan Thee Stallion for Prime Day?
Yeah. Those are.
I haven't, but goddamn, she's
They're great.
Yeah.
she's a blur, like no other.
Ma'am, if I was if I was not a guess, like what, 20 years younger and way more attractive and had way more money, you know, I'd have a shot.
That's awesome.
But I am a nerd, so there's that.
Yeah.
How tall is Megan Thee Stallion? Because I feel like she's like really tall.
I don't give a fuck how tall she is.
I'm pretty sure she's like 5'7" or something.
No, I think she's up there in the 5'10" range, maybe 5'11". I think she's pretty tall.
Bro,
yeah, she's 5'10".
Okay,
and she's 29.
Damn.
Death by Snoo. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, one quick little side note since we were talking about Suicide Squad. There was somebody created a video fixing the whole Batman issue where how like Harley Quinn kills Batman, and apparently she didn't kill Batman. Batman lived, and the reason why he lives is because she didn't shoot Batman. All of the Suicide Squad was affected by Scarecrow gas. They're all affected by Scarecrow gas, and so they thought they were killing Batman, but they never killed Batman. Batman somehow becomes free of Brainiac's control, and is kind of masterminding everything on the back end, and he's the one that's able to disable Brainiac and basically save the world. And they even used Kevin Conroy's voice to do the voiceover for Batman in the Suicide Squad game, which is kind of cool.
Oh wait, so in Suicide Squad it is Kevin Conroy in the game, so.
But I will say this, man, and I know we mourned him, and it was really sad when he passed. But man, that guy's voice was fucking Batman, and we've had so many fucking Batman actors, like live action, cartoon, whatever. That was the voice of Batman in my fucking head. That's the very first one.
I mean, it's the voice of Batman for our generation, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. It's probably the same thing with previous generations before us, of like a certain character being a certain person, But also our generation really blew up with mass media in general, so it's a little different.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember being a kid and watching the '60s Adam West or whatever, and then obviously watching the Keaton as a kid too. But
that's what I was thinking. Like, if you think of previous generations, they didn't have something like that really occurring. Like,
Yeah.
where they had like the same character played by different actors, because they were kind of everything was like kind of like one shots. You know, like you didn't get sequels to shit until like the fucking 80s or
Yeah.
like late 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman, I threw this in the chat, but there's a TikToker who posted a video where they had Batman the animated series telling Darkwing Duck that Darkwing Duck is a copy of him. And I put in the comments saying that actually Darkwing Duck came out before Batman animated series, so it's actually the reverse. And the person deleted my comment and he messaged me telling me like, hey, hey man, I deleted your comment, no hard feelings. Like what? Because I was right.
Yeah, why though? But it's not before Batman the comic character.
Well, yeah, I'm
so,
Batman the comic book character, but
Yeah.
he was trying to say Batman animated series, but a little fun
Wild
fact.
shit. Wild shit. I mean, we're getting a new Batman series, like
Yes, we are
in
on Amazon.
August. It's on Amazon. Is it August? August or end of July, something like that?
I think it's end of July. Let me check.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. So
Amazon's getting a lot of a lot of good shows. I mean, like the fucking Boys has been amazing. This season has been, for me, probably one of the best, because now it's like they're really just hammering home like the social commentary part of it, and people are so fucking mad about it because they thought that Homelander was really a hero. But I'm like, bro, he wasn't the hero in fucking season 1. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? If you thought that dude was the hero still to this season, you have some serious moral issues. Serious moral issues. Like, you shouldn't have a gun. Probably shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, you should have a public voice. Like, fuck you.
Damn.
Damn. But yeah, like the fact that now you have, I talked about it before, but it's just, they're so spot on with the social commentary on this season, and folks are big mad, and I'm all in for it. I have my thoughts about Sister Sage. Like, I think that. So I sat down with Lando, who listens to the podcast, guy I do jiu-jitsu with. We get to hang out every now and again to have drinks together. We're talking about the show, and he doesn't like Sage, the character. I'm like, I fucking love her, and I'm pretty sure that she's playing dumb to certain people right now. I'm pretty sure she has like a plan. That is against Homelander. Yeah, because I'm like 100% sure that she knows that A-Train stole the footage.
Oh yeah,
because
she's
even
not outing him for some reason.
Yeah. Because she even said, I think somebody just run it out of here? It's like, that's obviously you, bro. Like, she fucking knows. And yeah, I think she's playing everybody.
Is she from Generation V or Gen V?
No, she's not. She's a new character.
Oh.
But they do reference Gen V in like episode 3 or 4 or something like that. So,
well, some of the characters from Gen V show up in the show.
Yes. Yeah, but it's been so good. Watch this latest season of The Boys.
So the Batman show that's coming out on Amazon Prime Video is called Batman Cape Crusader, and it comes out August 1st.
Oh yeah, I knew it was late.
And it's all truly another animated. Is it animated like for kids or like Harley Quinn?
That's a good question. It looks pretty. It looks. It's not a comedy. It looks more like it could be immature. I can't tell. It looks like it's a little freaky. I don't know.
Because I will say this again, Harley is just fucking wild. I love it, like, but that's a true mature show. It's wilder than like Rick and Morty in a lot of ways.
I feel like it's similar, but yeah.
So Batman Cape Crusader is Y7, so it's gonna be for everybody.
All right.
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah.
For the youngins.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's good.
So I think Batman shows should not really be MA, because I mean he doesn't kill anybody. He just beats the shit out of them. So
I hear you. But the only thing I will say is, prior to Harley, even though obviously that's technically about a villain turned, what would you call her now? Like
anti-hero.
Anti-hero, yeah. it was more mature than I thought that I'd ever seen for an animated DC show. Period.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Well, hold on. I guess I got to rewind. Got to be honest. I mean, I read the Batman, like the Black Label stuff, so that was definitely way more mature. I mean, you get to see Batman's dick.
Yeah,
So,
you did.
And I
Christina
I got the comic.
Christina Ricci is the voice of Catwoman in this series.
That works.
And the guy who's doing the voice of Batman, he actually, I mean, based off of the trailer, he does a pretty good job. I mean, there's a few other actors that do a pretty good Batman voice, but this guy's actually pretty. He's almost sounding like Kevin Conroy, to be honest.
Hold on, I'm just you said something a second ago that just I had to rewind the tape like from a while ago. This is something that really cool that Blue did. You're gonna have to like replay like the specifics of this. But we were at, I think it was SVVR. This is like one of our first like really big. It was SVVR, right? That we were at.
Well,
when you got to talk to Christina Ricci.
It was. Yeah, so Christina Ricci was at the Silicon Valley Comic Con, the first one, and I got in line and I had asked her, would she ever be because there was a picture that was posted that showed her as because Christina Ricci played Wednesday in the original Addams Family movie. And somebody had made a picture of her as Morticia. And so I had asked her, like, hey, yeah, would you ever think about reprising your role as Wednesday, but you as a mother, and like we're like showing you with like your kids and stuff like that? She's like, that's a really good ass idea. And like, if you write the story, I would do it. I was like, I'm not a fucking writer. Like, I just pitched ideas. But no, like, yeah, she was super cute, dude. She was breathtaking, just to say at least. But like, yeah, she was really hot. But yeah, she was really cool.
And years later, she's in Wednesday.
And then years later, they make a Wednesday show, and she's in it.
Dude, that
Jamie Chung is in here as well. She plays the voice of Harley Quinn. And if you don't know who she is, she was in. She's from the Bay Area. She was on MTV.
She's in a lot of shit. She's in a lot of stuff.
She's in Dragon Balls too. She played Chi-Chi in Dragon Balls.
She's in Sucker Punch. So she knows
She's on Real Roll. That's what it was. She's on Real Roll.
Yeah, she's on Real. Yeah, she's in Sucker Punch. She's in She's in a couple of Adam Sandler movies. The ones where they go on like vacations and shit with like Chris Rock and David Spade and shit. What's that movie? She plays like one of the daughters.
She is from San Francisco. She was born in 1983.
Oh, good show.
Damn.
That's good shit.
She's in a lot of movies, actually, now that I think about it. I can't.
Every time I see her name, I was like, oh, yeah, she's from the Bay.
Yeah.
She's from the Bay. The Rock is from the Bay.
She's from
Terry Hatchett is from the Bay.
So when somebody says they're from San Francisco, they're probably not from San Francisco. They're probably from, like, Daly City.
Yeah.
Hayward or fucking somewhere else.
They're probably from Redwood City.
Yeah.
Not direct. Yeah.
That could be, but
Albany.
Or what is it? Saratoga? Not Saratoga. Sausalito.
Sausalito. Yeah.
Could be from Saratoga.
I tell everybody, yeah, I'm from Newark, and they're like, "Where's that?" I was like, "You know where Fremont is?" "Oh no, okay, well I'm close to San Francisco."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm south of Oakland.
Yeah.
Where everybody get hyphy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can say, if you say Silicon Valley, they kind of like, oh, okay. They kind of get an idea, but they don't really
most
know.
people don't really know where Silicon Valley actually is.
They really don't.
Because it's not San Francisco.
No, and here's the other problem with it, though. I mean, again, if you're outside of California, there's too many fucking valleys. There's this, Central Valley that people hear about. There's the Porn Valley of, San Fernando. There's Silicon Valley, and then there's Napa Valley. People don't have time to fucking understand all these fucking valleys.
It's like it's like when somebody says they're like from Chicago. I'm like, well, what part? Even though I don't know any parts, I know there's violent parts and there's good parts. Like, that's all. I don't fucking know neighborhoods. I'm like, basically, are you getting shot at? Is all I want to know.
Oh shit! I totally forgot. Jamie Chung is on The Gifted. Oh, okay. She wasn't at WonderCon. She wasn't at WonderCon when we went that one year. Everybody else was.
Remember the picture I have of the girl from that place?
Sorry, that was a funny. Y'all didn't hear that, but somebody who listened to the podcast, you heard that. It was
Did not
the
hear
Hawk
any of that.
Tua
Oh
song.
shit! Jamie Chung's on Lovecraft Country. The fuck?
Oh yeah,
That's
she played.
ridiculous.
She was. I remember she was on there.
She just plays Ji
It's when
Ha. I don't know who that
it's
is.
it's when what's name goes to Korea or not Korea to like China or something like
Oh
that. Where
yeah,
he's in the
yeah,
military.
He goes to Vietnam.
She's
Yeah.
the one that kills fucking absorbs soldiers' souls or some shit like that. She's like a sucky puss.
I remember that.
Did you say a
Yeah.
hold on, sir? Did you say succubus?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. It's a succubus, but all right.
right.
You gotta suck the puss.
Oh,
right? I get it.
I totally forgot. Jamie
Sorry, there's-
Chung's in Gotham. She plays a relative of Vicky Vale. She plays Valerie Vale. I totally forgot about that. She's in one season.
Good shit.
I remember Jamie Chung now. Yeah, she's fine as fuck. Still to this
She's
day.
very attractive.
Yeah.
She's very attractive. Yeah, she's like 41 now, right? She's 41.
Yeah, but I mean, we're in our 40s. You're in your thousands. Whatever.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Oh, I've seen. Oh, yeah, that's right. So there's a movie called Eden. It came out in 2012. It is about a woman who got sex trafficked, who lived in San Diego, and the thing was, she was like mistaken identity, and they thought she was one of the girls that they trafficked from another country, but she lived locally, and she managed to escape. The movie is based off a real person. And they actually interviewed the person at the end of the movie. It was on Netflix. I don't think it's there anymore, but I watched this movie, and it's pretty fucked up.
That is fucked up and foul. Nasty shit, man. What are y'all playing of late other than the bunny game?
The Last Descendant. I mean, there's titties, man. I mean, there's fucking hella cleavage in this fucking game. A lot of cleavage.
I feel like maybe
crazy.
I guess I gotta play more of the game because I didn't feel like. I mean, it was some because I play as the character with titties, but yeah.
So I don't know how much time you spent in like so the main hub area is Albion. I don't know how much time you spent in there, but when I was there were so many people with different skins of various different characters that all I saw was tits running in front of my face. I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this fucking game? And sure enough, like even some of the NPCs, one of the NPCs is a mechanic. It's this one chick, she's got Dr. Octopus like arms attached to her back. When you go to talk to her, she has like no shirt and she's wearing a bikini top, but wearing like fucking cargo pants and shit. I'm like, why the fuck is her tits out? Like, what the fuck is happening in this game? It's super wild, dude. But this is literally the weeb central of like looter shooter.
So I like it. This is weird. I didn't think it was that bad, but I guess I gotta play the game more. So yeah. I'm also I guess not as thirsty as old Ninja, even though I am single now. So yeah.
So I was playing with so you are a solo player. I was playing with a team. I had other people with me, and they noticed it. They're like, "Holy shit! Like, what the fuck?" They're like, "These tits are all out." I'm all right. I thought it was just the only one. They're like, "Dude, there's people who bought a bunch of skins." Like the Bunny one. Literally, Bunny has like this outfit where her arms and legs are all like super badass, but she has a bikini. She's wearing a fucking bikini.
Were you on shrooms at the time?
No, I mean,
no.
I know exactly what he's talking about. It's like saying it's a bikini is like, technically, yeah, it is, but it's like, yeah, it's extra tight. So
yeah, it's the one that this dude bought was a 2-piece. The one that someone else bought.
There's a one-piece one that's like white. I was just like, okay.
Yes, I've seen that one too. There's one that's all white. So I was like, oh shit. But the one that this guy bought was a 2-piece. Like, oh my god, dude! I'm pretty sure this is extra weeb central. You get to shoot shit with fucking big titties just swinging. So the only thing I would say, jiggle figs is not a huge thing with the game. So I guess
let me get a 2-piece with all breasts.
Like I think so. When I played Stellar Blade, that was like way more of like, oh, there was like, okay, like that's where that's your aesthetic. Like I didn't feel like that when I was playing this game. So
yeah. Oh, they're both third person. I feel like this feels like it might be in the world of Stellar Blade, maybe, but not really.
No,
I haven't played Stellar Blade, but I feel like the same aesthetic is there.
Yeah, play the demo of Stellar Blade. And you'll because you don't have a PS5, right?
No, I don't.
That's probably why. I think it's on PS5 and like the.
It is on PS5 and PC.
Yeah.
I think it's on both.
Yeah. But yeah, Stellar
So
Blade.
you don't
That's got some. They got some physics going on.
Yeah, there's no jiggle physics. There's no jiggle physics in First Ascendant, but there is just like major cleavage and titties on.
Which is kind of
So.
strange because like the graphics in the game are really good, but also I guess the game is obviously fucking free, and the install size of the game is not very big. It's like less than 40 gigs, which is amazing that I'm even saying less than 40 gigs, because back when the PS3 came out, the fucking hard drive was literally 40 fucking gigs.
I
But
remember.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, dude,
I was just remembering.
Dude, I think the 360 was like maybe 25.
Yeah, it was
25, maybe
small.
20.
Yeah, but then I mean, look at like other AAA games that are like like fucking Call of Duty. It's like they're encroaching upon half a terabyte at this point, and it's very offensive to me. Like it shouldn't be that big.
And it's so fucking painfully obvious that they do it intentionally. They do not want you to have any other games installed.
No.
That's what it is.
Yeah. They hide a lot of shit. Like usually their fucking updates are already pre-installed. They unlock them, but you still gotta like download and unlock to unlock the fucking shit that you already have.
That's not how that works. But all right, anyway.
It's not. It just feels that way because it's like, what the fuck's going on? Why is it so big?
I will tell you as a data storage engineer, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I already know that's not how it works. But it's just, like I said, it's just a gross overstatement.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like someday a story came out that Activision Blizzard had like agreements with like the top 2 or 3 largest hard drive manufacturers to like keep their fucking shit as big as possible.
That's all bad.
Just like we have to buy externals because like I've got fucking so many external hard drives for shit. It's like it's crazy.
Well, but and you know what else is wild to me too? I mean, obviously Call of Duty is egregious with this shit, but Diablo, which is under Activision Blizzard or whatever, and same with Overwatch, aren't nearly as bad. And Overwatch has been updated a gazillion times, you know?
Yeah, well, I think the thing is though is that with so when you come to Blizzard games don't come out very often.
Sure.
And so that's one of the main things. And you're gonna get a new Call of Duty pretty much every fucking year, or maybe every 2 years. You know what I mean?
No, every year.
Yeah, so like they can just keep like I think this is one of the ways that they cut costs by like not. I've said it before on the podcast, but they're literally just not taking code out of their fucking install. Like they're just commenting it out by putting a hashtag in front of their fucking shit, but they're not taking the actual code out. And that's what's leading to these vastly inflated and bloated install sizes because there is no goddamn excuse to have a 300 gigabyte install for these fucking games. Like there's nothing. Look at God of War. God of War is way more graphically intensive than every single fucking Call of Duty game, and it's bigger too. Like it's a bigger fucking like where you can go is bigger. And if you look at like MMORPGs, well, maybe no.
I don't know about that.
Because Warzone's pretty fucking big.
I was gonna say the Warzone and the zombie map is huge.
It is, but it's not graphically intensive. It's not graphically intensive.
It is not graphically intensive, but But God of War is also not a PvP game. You're not running like hundreds of people in a single match.
No, that's not an excuse either, because that's server. So like that's bits on a server to like run PvP. That's not shit on your fucking hard drive.
True, but like Prodigy said, you are running 2 big ass maps because you do have to run the zombie map as well as a Warzone map, and they're not necessarily the same.
They're not the same, but it's not. First of all, I keep going back to it. It's not that graphically intensive, and they're not that gigantic. Like at the end of the day, like they're big, yes, but there's like Blue just said, like look at the Spider-Man games.
Spidey games, yeah.
Yeah, you get fucking pretty much all in New York.
Basically no load times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely do for those games. There's no doubt about it with because the Spidey 2, it was more than just Manhattan, which was cool.
And they also got like the NPC players that are like the non-playable characters that are running the street that kind of would take up, I guess, storage or memory or processor speed or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is true. Look, I'm not going to defend Call of Duty in terms of what they're doing with that bullshit, and eventually it gets so bad where I just fucking delete,
Well,
and
yeah,
then I
'cause
just
you
say to
have to.
myself, I'll
Yeah.
reinstall,
And then you never do.
But you never
And they
do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
And when you do go to
Damn.
play it again, you gotta wait fucking 3 to 4 hours
Oh
for that shit
yeah,
to download. Yeah.
that install is brutal. Or even if it is, it's already loaded or whatever. But just the updates are atrocious. You can be waiting for a 50 gig fucking update or more.
Which is insane to me. Like getting like these. I don't know. This again, I look at it through a different lens than most people because I'm a data storage guy. Of like having that much information on my hard drive and getting that little content. Like 50 gigs is still a lot, and I understand like this is coming from like I have two like skewed perspectives because like I literally deal with some like data storage arrays that are like petabytes.
Yeah.
And then, but still, like, I understand like all their shit they have put on there. These are like very large things that have to be done. I understand, but like having like a game being this big, it's like it's a fucking game. Like it's not.
What's the data size for the PS5? What disk do the PS5 use right now? I can't even think of it.
It's an SSD.
Is it Blu-ray?
It's right around like
SSD.
800 gigs SSD. But you can. I've installed an internal SSD that's
No, I'm
like 2
talking
terabytes. But
No, I'm talking about the actual games, the hard disk, the physical disc. What's the capacity on those?
oh,
They're Blu-rays
they're
still,
Blu-rays.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Blu-ray.
Blu-rays can go up to like a lot, but I'll pull it up for you right now. Go ahead and talk so I can pull up the.
Yeah, but I mean, once you just doing the install itself, there's going to be updates. Usually, there's always day one updates, so it makes the game even bigger install. So
Blu-rays are like an
Yeah.
old thing. Like,
they're
when
not.
were Blu-rays
They're not that old, but well, I guess.
I mean,
You're probably right.
it was on the PS3.
So the quad layer Blu-rays are up to 128 gigs.
That's
Damn.
a lot.
It's a lot.
it's a
Dude,
lot.
Blu-rays are about to hit 20.
Actually,
They came
God.
out like the worldwide release of Blu-rays
Yeah.
was in June of 2006.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Oh.
Blue, you're right. They are quote unquote old when it comes to technology.
So you guys,
and reading quad layer disc being 128 gigs, you can't play. You need more than one disc to
Mhm.
install.
Like the
Oh,
old
yeah.
days with the
Yeah.
PS2.
Yeah.
yeah. So you see that shit? Like speaking of old Blu-ray, like, apparently Sony's talking about ditching Blu-ray, even though they have a patent for it. They're talking about So I know there's the HVD, which is a holographic video disc, but
Yeah.
I don't see them going that route. I think they're gonna go directly digital for
Well,
everything.
No, I think that we'll do. I think there's gonna be new technology because of what I just realized as I read this. The 128 gigs on quad layer discs. That's not going to be enough in the next couple of years. So
Yep.
Here's what you got to do. Here's the tea leaves, and I am not a tech person at all. You follow the goddamn porn industry. Whatever the
No, I
fuck
knew
the
you.
porn
I knew
industry
you were gonna
says,
say it.
Yep.
whatever
I knew
they
you were
say
gonna
is the storage device or the storage media of the future. Whatever they decide,
There it
they put their thumb on the scale and say, "This is the one." Blu-ray. This is the one. VHS. This is the one.
Yeah, it'll
DVD.
probably. I won't be surprised if it's HVD, but like you said, it might be a new technology nobody's talking about.
HVD. About VD.
Yeah, HVD, VD, and HD. Oh, there goes another one. So I just heard 2 fireworks now. That's the first one I've heard fucking all week.
No,
There you go.
it's going to be
First.
DDs. It's going to be digital dicks. You're going to have to have to suck a dick to fucking to download.
Hell no. Hell no. That's fucking terrible. Can you imagine that? Like you put your disc in,
No, I cannot
all of a sudden digital
imagine
dick. You must hot to it to start this game.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Oh man, it's the
Take
only
this
way.
back.
It's the perfect fucking delivery system to get data out now. You gotta,
Hey, look, we were blowing on those cartridges as kids. And that was all.
Yeah,
That was
now
the
it
precursor.
comes back to 100. Yeah, now like we want revenge. Oh shit.
We were blown on them.
Oh shit.
Oh boy, this went
Yeah,
fucking.
way south.
happened here?
Yeah, the first descendant happened.
I started it. I'm sorry.
Kind of jump back
Oh
to the
my
disc
goodness.
war. DVDs were
It's Dick
released
Wars now,
and
Blue. It's
Dick
Dick Wars
Wars.
now.
DVDs dropped the original. Yeah, I passed by the date, but the first DVD was sold in 1997 globally.
Sounds right.
So a good DVDs lasted for a good 10 years before Blu-rays took over.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but-
Blu-rays are still. Well, I guess we got Blu-rays are mainly used just for games now because everything is basically streaming.
No, I mean you go to Target or someplace, they have a Blu-ray section.
When's the last
So,
time you bought a Blu-ray?
yeah, that's the thing.
I usually don't buy unless it's a game. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you're proving this point.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I mean, honestly, even though I do love physical copies of everything, I do not buy physical movies or anything. But I
Yeah.
do buy physical games as much as I can. I actually started buying records, and I need to find my fucking record player. It's somewhere in this room. But
You talking vinyl?
yeah, vinyl, because vinyl's
Yeah,
coming
vinyl's
back.
making a comeback. Yeah,
And it's for a good
you know
reason.
one thing that
Sorry. So if you listen to a lot of music, which I do, I listen to a lot of music and a lot of podcasts and audiobooks. There's the digital thing of like being the on and off only. There is a drop off in audio quality, and you don't get that with records. So that's the reason why records are. And also, there's like the nostalgia factor and having like the physical thing. It's fucking cool, you know. So that's one of the main reasons why, because the audio quality of records has not been enhanced since the record. Like the same thing with cassettes were okay. They were a little bit of a degradation, and then CDs were like much more of a degradation, and then digital went way more until we got to like FLAC, which is like the lossless audio. But FLAC lossless audio is very it's a lot of data. So I'll give you an example. Last month I went to 29 Palms and then Vegas. And I forgot that I'd leave my audio settings on my Amazon Music to like the highest quality as possible. So it's like ultra fucking settings. And I ran out of data. And one weekend on my, I ran out of like my fucking premium data basically on my cell phone plan. And a single weekend, 22 gigs, eaten up.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit. What? Actually, a little funny story. Like, if you're a fan of, there used to be a TV show called G4, and before G4, it was Tech TV.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where Kevin Pereira was on the show on Screensavers, and there was like a guy who had like this cylinder that was like a wax cylinder that was like super fucking old. And had like some ancient fucking recording on there, and he fucking dropped it on like live TV.
Oh shit! I didn't see that one.
Do you remember that? Oh yeah, dude. That's like they talked about it. Kevin brought it up a few times on Attack of the Show, but like in the episode he's wearing a Canadian tuxedo when he in it. But like yeah, the guy like literally dropped a priceless like artifact on TV, and it just shattered on the ground. They're like, oh no, like what are we gonna do now? But basically yeah, like it was a piece of clay that had like a audio recording on it. And like it needed like a special like instrument or something to play it, which is crazy. But
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the technology you're talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, look it up. Like, let me see if I can find it real quick and give you what the name is.
Crazy. He dropped it. It's probably like thousands of years old or some shit. Oh my god.
He didn't even get fired. He got promoted. They probably got the most views.
Thanks, running for president.
Damn.
What are you guys getting into up north for the 4th?
I'm working, so
Okay.
staying inside.
What about you,
I don't know
bro?
about the rest of y'all.
So you can find that video that I was just talking about. It's called Guy Breaks Extremely Rare Phonograph Cylinder. And this was on Tech TV.
Shit. I think I've seen this episode.
And yeah, and Kevin Pereira is it Kevin Pereira? It's hard to tell because this video is very grainy and Kevin had like hair or not. I don't know. He looks young, but
there was a point where Kevin did shave his head bald. He was bald for a minute.
You know what's weird is like watching older videos and then like I remember like me being a kid watching these videos and they seem like very clear to me.
Mhm.
And like watching them now, it's like what the fuck is happening? Like these are like blurry as fuck, and I don't know if it's like the size of the screens I'm looking on, or what, or just that I'm used to like seeing everything in like super focus. And also back in the day, I didn't have fucking glasses. I was fucking blind as shit. But yeah, it's amazing like watching like old videos. They look like fucking dog shit.
You think
so bad.
if you think that's bad, since you have your old systems, try hooking them up into your get a HDMI converter for one of your old systems and then play that system. Holy shit. I tried playing Need for Speed Underground on my GameCube, and I had an HDMI converter. It was unplayable because the fidelity was shit. Like I couldn't see shit. I couldn't see anything. It was so fucked up.
It's probably like an evolutionary thing of like we're just so used to like the new thing, and like we literally can't go fucking back.
No, I can't go back.
Wasn't there like this kind of urban legend that like people dream more in color because of the fact that there's color TVs and shit like that? Like I wonder if that's because like I feel like even like looking back at like old pictures, it's like, was the world really that orange? Like every picture from
like faded orange. So just like Prodigy in his porn, like he wants to scat and he can't go back. So,
so like there was no Futanari back in. Actually, no, there was back in the 90s.
There was always food.
Yeah,
I remember La Blue Girl.
It's even in a fight.
Oh man,
yeah, that takes me back.
Damn,
Blue Girl.
Yeah. Watching it on VHS tapes.
My favorite thing though with like anime in like 80s and 90s, it was fucking seedy and like you'd sometimes find some random VHSs from like some friend of yours. You didn't know what the fuck was going to be on them. You didn't know if there was truly even going to be subtitles. It could be all in Japanese, but no sub. You know what I mean? Like it's just...
This is like the thing about, especially like the porn industry, like today. Like right now, you can get exactly what the fuck you want at any time. Exactly what you want.
For what you want.
Back in the day, nah. If you found a porn magazine in a bush, it didn't matter what magazine it was. As long as it had like sort of what you're looking for, like that was it. Like you're good. You know what I mean?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Today though, it's like, man, you gotta like this is why there are so many different fetishes today. In my opinion, is because you could be so specific on what you want or what you like or whatever, that it just didn't exist in the past unless you were super fucking freaky and you found somebody else that was super fucking freaky too. So,
well, it's that last part that you mentioned, finding other people, because I think that pre like social media and like widespread internet and whatnot, you just thought that maybe it was only your freaky ass. You know what I mean? You thought you was lonely and alone on this weird island. And then you find out, no, I'm into feet too. There's a whole community of feet lovers.
Oh my goodness!
I heard a story. Terrible. There's a guy who made custom saddles for people to wear, and there's a 6 months waiting list, and he's like a multimillionaire.
So if you go back, so this is what I'll go back in my own life. There was a show called what the fuck was on fucking HBO. Real Sex, yes.
Yeah.
Oh Real Sex was awesome.
You can't fucking find this show anywhere today. It's so goddamn weird.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't find
that
it
show
anywhere.
like disappeared.
Yeah, that show I think
it's not even on HBO.
Made the most fucking freaks in on the planet because it's just like because they gave you just like a smorgasbord of freakiness, and it was amazing.
The one episode that sticks out to me every time I think of Real Sex is there was a woman who had this woman would go to people's houses. It's almost like what's the name of that? What's the name of that thing? So anyway, she goes to people's houses, and a group of girls would be there, and she later would teach these girls how to suck dick. Like they would
Yeah.
have
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
see
see
that.
that.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like that one always that was like stuck in my head. Like if I was in heaven and like God was like, "Hey, let's do a little reel of your brain," that would probably pop up in that reel.
Yeah.
So
And
you
there's that
want
one,
to
and like
know?
the lady who like
Go ahead. I'm
washed
sorry.
dildos. I think that was like part of the episode. She
Oh.
like had like dildos that she would throw into the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Like I
Yeah, I
remember
remember
her
that one too.
putting
Yeah.
the dishwasher in this.
That's what I said, man. So what fucked me up was the spinoff. I guess it's not a spinoff series, but it's like made by the same people. Was Taxi Cab Confessions.
Oh yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
so it was at
That was
first it was just like, yeah, it depends. Like sometimes half of it was like really people that had really fucked up shit going on in their life. The other half was like fucking real sex. Like people were trying to fuck in the cab, or they were going to an orgy,
I mean, that's
or they were
what,
going
that's
to
what
some
you do,
swinger
right?
party.
That's, you know.
You
It
know,
was super weird shit.
the other thing about both of those shows was it made it seem like, holy shit, New York is the horniest place on fucking earth. You know what I mean? Like it just made it seem like everybody in New York was doing this wild, freaky, nasty shit. Not that every episode was there, but it felt like a lot of them were in New York.
Well, I think in New York back in the day, especially, was like is a very different place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like New York used to be fucking shady as fuck. Like it wasn't like, even though now it's kind of like grimy, but like back then it was like, depending on like where you went, it was super fucking shady.
Best example ever on that. And I'm not a New Yorker, but I've visited quite a few times and whatnot. Goddamn Times Square, which is this corporate and like, here's a McDonald's and Applebee's, you know what I mean? And
right in the middle, yeah. Yep.
It used to have nothing but motherfucking CDS porn theaters and fucking strip clubs and just like non-family entertainment. Let's just say that.
Wow.
Like that's what it was known for. You would go to Times Square to literally get your like Pee Wee Herman theater viewing on.
It was,
you know what
hold
I mean?
on. So it was yes, it was non-family entertainment, but it was also making family entertainment. I'm just saying that's the way you do it right there. Like, you know, you
somebody
went
needs to
down
make
there
a documentary like
so Cronus.
true
Yeah,
Times Square.
apparently Real Sex Cat House, which was another
Remember
series
that
on
was Bunny
HBO.
Ranch. Yeah.
Yeah, they were on HBO Max last year. Apparently HBO pulled it, as well as a couple other shows. They were streaming for a little bit, and now they're gone.
Yeah, they need to bring that shit back, because that was like that was great. Because I think there was like a bunch of pluses with that show, is like finding, at least understanding that somebody out there is as freaky as your nasty ass is. So
Yeah,
and I'm not saying
But
like you're
also
nasty, but you're fucking nasty. I'm just saying.
It was
Yeah,
also
it's
educational
fucking
too.
nasty.
It was what?
It was educational too. I mean,
Yes,
you got
yes,
to
it was.
learn some things, and you know, I mean, yeah, everybody's got like their kink, and it just turns out like, you know, we're humans. We're all got our little kinks here and there. Except if you are Kelly, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Just to be
Oh,
clear,
damn.
I said
Or
y'all
Drake.
nasty asses, but it's me too. I went to fucking one of the coolest things I ever did was I went to the Kink,
FAN.
I went to the King Studios in San Francisco, and now it's not the King Studios anymore, but it was like basically in this fucking like castle in the middle of San Francisco, and had a basement and all this shit. I saw the fucking wildest shit. Well, not the wildest shit. I've seen some of the most wild shit that I've ever seen in my fucking life when I went there. And shit was crazy. Like, like, I could say it. It's probably not getting monetized anyway, because we already talked about a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I mean,
But like,
I think people that know that area, they know that there's shit that went down.
So we went down to this. It was like late at night, like giving like a tour of like this place, and so we went like down into the basement, and there was like these two dudes that like had their robes on. They were like walking out of a room, and I didn't know at the time, but they were like, they just shot a gay sex scene, and I was just like, huh, okay. And so like the photographer that was in there with them,
I smell like poop in
they
here.
were like, oh yeah, we just shot this scene, and they're like, oh, you want to see? She like turned the camera around, I was like flipping through. I was like, bruh, like what the fuck is that? Like I was not prepared to like see this super graphic, you know, scenes on this woman's camera. I was just like, all right, you know.
Well, it's funny because like when we did SSVR,
We met
That's
Ella
right,
Darling.
Yeah, we met Ella Darling, but like she was there also with 5 Star and this other dude, and 5 Star is a
Yeah.
director
Kavai.
of porn.
Kavai, yeah.
Kavai, that's what it is, Kavai. And 5-Star is a director. She's a female. I think she's female. Yeah, she's female.
Yeah,
And yes, she's a
well,
director, and she like was showing like some of the stuff they do in the dungeon, and I was like, oh my god.
And we saw it in VR. Like they had like this like VR like like a cheap
Yeah.
like the one with like a cell phone thing. Like we were watching like in a bar. We were watching this. I'm like seeing this woman's soul through like her, lady parts.
Like it's not a kink that I have, but it was a kink I do not want.
Damn, where's we need the achievement unlock sound.
I think that's where I saw like the cereal thing. Was that the cereal thing one of them?
Oh, when they put a cereal into it and like they eat out of it.
Yeah. Those memories
What's that?
Yeah. That will stay with me. I tried to forget and I just remembered.
You tried to bury it and it came back on you.
Came back.
That's all. Yeah, that's all.
Ella's a super sweetheart. She's like super fun.
Ella's cool as fuck.
Yeah, she doesn't live in California anymore. She moved.
Yeah, she's over in Texas now.
Yeah, so it's hard to. I mean, she'd probably come back if we asked her to. So.
I should definitely jump on.
Yeah. But she's doing different. She's doing her life has changed a lot, so she's doing different shit now. So.
Whatever she wants to talk about, I would talk
found Jesus.
No, I think she's doing more development wise than the last time I saw her. She's doing a lot more development. So.
Well, I mean, she was a very savvy woman. So she was the first VR cam girl. If y'all don't know about who Ella Darling is, but she helped develop the technology and the actual design of how to have cameras that can shoot VR for porn. And so she's super smart, really good chick, and she's always fun to talk to.
She's an ex-librarian, and she has the Dewey Decimal System for Harry Potter tattooed on her.
Yeah. Well, what's funny to me is that her and Cliffy B. If you don't know who Cliffy B is, Cliff Blazinski, the founder of Epic Games. He's no longer attached to Epic, but he built Gears. And her, Cliffy B and Ella Darling, I guess they kind of know each other. They have quite conversations, at least on Twitter X, a lot. So
I remember the last time we talked to Ella, she had a VR game, adult game, where you could have you basically go into a brothel with a bunch of animated characters, and you can choose one and go back to your room and do things, which is interesting.
Yeah, the last thing I
played it. It was very interesting.
I think the last thing I saw about, because I haven't really checked in on her in the last couple months, she was asking Cliffy B and John Carmack about C# and C++. There's some shit she was running into issues with, doing some coding. So pretty interesting.
Man, Cliffy B used to be on top of the motherfucking world when it came to Gears and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he left Epic. He left all of that shit. So I don't even know what he's doing now.
It's just weird to see I don't know, gods of our basic of gaming and whatnot, and some of them aren't fucking with the shit anymore. You know what I mean?
No, even Hideo Kojima, even though he started his own production company, he's already talked about leaving within a certain amount of time.
Well, I mean, he should have been making movies since the fucking 80s, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he has a gift for making games, but he's always wanted to make movies. So.
For sure.
So and he's doing one with Jordan Peele. Him and Jordan Peele have a project they're working on. I think in next year or 2 years coming up. It's very high fucking top secret type shit. So
I'll just rewind the clock a little bit. One of my favorite fucking games of all time was Metal Gear Solid 4, which is stranded on the goddamn PS3. There were times, I shit you fucking not,
put that controller down.
That there were 20 fucking minute long cutscenes and shit, and I would just put down my fucking controller and be like, I'm gonna watch old fucking Snake smoke this cigarette and talk to these people for you know what I mean, back and forth dialogue.
I'm gonna learn about some geopolitics.
Yes. Exactly. And you were like, okay, this is basically a movie. I'm not controlling anything. I am watching these characters interact, and it is not a short fucking dialogue. And that was 2008.
Yeah, and what's funny is those characters are in that game. So when people talk about like women in gaming are like being like super sexualized. Play any Hideo Kojima game, and you don't tell me that the dudes are sexualized too. I mean, like you got first of all the main character Snake, especially in Metal Gear Solid 4. He's an older man, but he's wearing this skin tight fucking suit. Then you got Vamp, who is like one of the gayest goddamn characters ever, also in a skin tight fucking suit. Then you got this other dude who's a fucking cyborg for some reason, but is also in a skin tight fucking suit. And like it's crazy, but just like I guess you look where you want to look. So
I mean, the character name is Snake. We all know that's a sexual innuendo for penis.
But it's also Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. But yeah, nobody talks about it.
Mm.
But if you know, you know. But yes, you're right.
Yep.
Snake Plissken. Awesome. I love this escape movie.
I never thought that they would stop making those escape from movies. Like those are fucking. I love New York, and I like LA.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing is like
LA was pretty fun.
They would have to. They are fun movies, but I don't think they would be successful today. I think they would be successful with like our generation, but I don't think the new generation like. You would have to go the route of like remaking it like a Mad Max. So you could do it, but you'd have to like do it in a certain kind of way, like in a really thoughtful kind of way.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be possible, but you'd have to remake it for the new generation. But sometimes you can also have just a fucking B movie. You know what I mean? Like not everything has to be high budget.
True. I mean, look at the Death Race movies. Like there's a couple in the theater, but the sequels are all streaming.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shit ton of sequels. So
yeah, we never fucking know.
Well, I mean, everybody's trying to make the most amount of money as possible, right? I mean, that's the problem.
That is the thing. Oh, speaking of which, I'm pretty sure none of you have watched it yet because it just came out today. But the actual Foley movie just came out. Apparently, it's getting pretty good reviews.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly
Hills Cop 4, I guess. It's getting pretty good reviews so far. So
I still can't get over how Eddie Murphy still looks that good at his age. So
right,
I mean, black don't crack, but when people say black don't crack, I mean that's mostly true. Some people do look ugly as fuck as they age, even as being black. But he has some kind of fucking skincare routine, fucking whatever he's doing, his workout regimen. The dude looks great for. I think he's probably in his 60s by now, maybe late 50s.
Fucking trans women.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I'm not judging that guy on that shit. Like,
nah.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's like the dude's been funny for like centuries, and like even though like some of his stuff in the past it probably wouldn't fly today, but
probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know if you watch his old stuff and watch it like see him now, like he's just money's changed him basically.
Well, and he's got a family, he's got kids. That'll change it too.
He's got a lot of kids.
He's got a tribe.
Does he got more than Elon? Elon's got 12 now, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's not quite at Elon or Future level yet, or even Nick Cannon.
I think. No, I'm pretty sure he's tied with Nick Cannon. I think they both have 9.
11? Oh, I thought he had 11.
Yeah, no, I think Nick Cannon's at 9.
No, I'm pretty sure 12 or something like that.
Oh wow.
No. Yeah, it's a lot of kids. I know Eddie Murphy has 9.
Eddie Murphy has I think he has 8. No, he has 10.
10?
Eddie Murphy has 10 kids.
No,
wow, somewhere.
That's excessive. I'm just saying.
It really is, but But you know what's wild though? It's only excessive based on our time and location. Because, I mean, you go back even 80, 100 years here in fucking America, there are plenty of families that had that.
Well, yeah, but there's also plenty of families had that for a reason because, their kids would die. So,
I mean, even kind of in our generation, like, my mom had 8 brothers and sisters, which I mean, it's not unheard of, but it's still in my lifetime. Like that's kind of in our family. Like my older brother, 2 of my older brothers got more than 8 kids.
I couldn't imagine having that many fucking kids. Like it's like just having like I have 2, but one, like they're really spaced apart, and that's like it's a lot. Raising kids is a lot.
Yeah, financially, I don't know how they raise these kids. But
I mean, I know Eddie Murphy raises them financially. He's got fucking money, but I'm saying like emotionally and like just like the time I can give to like a child. If you're having 10 fucking kids, no matter how much you space that out, you know, that's still like multiple kids at like a younger age.
Well, you know how it goes. I mean, almost everybody in a giant family says the same thing. It's all about and this is not fair to them, but the older one raising the younger ones, which is totally inappropriate, and I get it, but that's what happens. That's the reality.
Or nannies. I mean, when you have money, like you have nannies and shit.
Yeah.
Which is like you're still not, to me, not the best experience.
But
like,
I mean, the whole nanny thing works out if you are married to like the same woman living under the same roof. But if we have 10 kids with like 5 different women, like, yeah, a nanny does not play that role. It doesn't come into that.
I mean, you're not in their lives. I mean, like,
that's the other thing. You're not really in their life.
It's like I keep bringing it up, like with Elon. I mean, this dude's got 12 kids with like, I think at least 4 different women, and like at least one of them is like one of his subordinates at SpaceX. And it's just like, first of all, that shouldn't be legal. Like, that's against pretty much every single HR protocol since HR was invented. And this guy, I don't know. I have my thoughts on Elon Musk. I don't fucking like the dude. First of all, I don't think he's an innovator. I don't think he's very smart. He was born with, you know, money. That's the reason why he has money to this day. He breaks the rules constantly for a bunch of shit, and he's being rewarded for it. I think that when the Tesla
Cybertruck.
No. Yeah, the Cybertruck was a fucking disaster, and it still is. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That thing looks fucking stupid and doesn't work very well as a truck. Anyway, the when the Tesla shareholders voted to give him his like $50-something billion of a bonus through stock, meanwhile he has all these other issues. Like, you cannot tell me that a single person can be the CEO of like 3 or 4 major companies and give them all the same amount of, you know, like time while raising 12 kids. Like, the math don't math, bro.
No.
Oh, so it says he has 11 kids. I think one kid might have passed away. And Elon has 3 baby mamas.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So
Also-
I went to look and see who celebrities with the most amount of kids, and yeah, our good old boy Dirty Harry's got 16 kids. So Clint Eastwood.
13. Wow, I did not know that.
No, 16. He's got 16 kids, not 13.
Goddamn.
16
Goddamn.
kids.
Dude, he has a whole fucking football team. God dang.
I did not know that. Also, I'll say this because it doesn't get said enough about Elon. And I'm not a big fan either. I read an entire fucking book about this bastard. He's got a now adult trans kid that he said nothing but really hateful and ugly shit about. I mean, like, you know, people rightly so give JK a hard time for what she has said that has been really hurtful and awful. Elon has said just as much, if not worse, and has a child that is part of that community. So he's off the hook with his shit, and I don't hear that part of the criticism enough with him. So I'll throw it out.
Because I think he still dead names his trans kid, right? So
yeah, amongst other things. Yeah,
which is you know. If you go back and listen to like earlier podcasts, like I wasn't like the best. I didn't have the best opinion when it came to like trans people in general. But then I like, you know, sat down and thought about it, did my research, and I think if you cannot extend your humanity and anything else like for your own children, then there's something probably like deeply I don't want to say no, I'm gonna say fucking wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like, look at what's that fucking one of the Wayans brothers?
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans. Yeah.
His son is gay.
Yeah. And it's like he had to think about it for a little while, but he flipped the script, and it's like that's your kid. Like, no matter if they need something, like, you give it to them. You know, like, they're not hurting you by being whatever sexually. That's none of your fucking business. And so the very least you can do is call them by the name they want to be fucking called. Like that doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Like if somebody gets their fucking PhD, you call them a goddamn doctor, right? Like it's not hard to change, or somebody just changes their name or changes their last. When somebody gets married, you call them by whatever they change their name to. Like these are not, new concepts. And for people to get, go ahead.
And I was gonna say we gotta make sure there's old Jackie Chan on that bus because he did some fucked up shit recently. Because his daughter is trans, and a recent video literally an ad that dropped shows like this pretty Asian girl watching like some of his old videos of him being hurt, and you get the impression that's his daughter, but that's not his daughter. Like he's not even talking to his daughter anymore. Like the girl in the video is an actress.
Yeah,
it's like
I did hear that one, but yeah, it's just try to treat people with respect. There's you never know what people are going through. you don't, and there are people on this planet that are intentionally fucked up and cruel, and I don't know. I don't fuck with them if I can possibly avoid it.
Yeah, I think one of the things I try to do now for a long time is cause less harm. It doesn't always work, but I try to cause the least amount of harm as possible, or none, to anybody. And I think the world would be a better place if we could all do that. And how do I put it? Like, if somebody wants to like do whatever in their own personal life, and for you to like not give them the smallest modicum of, just a name difference or whatever, like that's fucking nothing. That's literally fucking nothing. And people still get mad about it, like because people just they want to go back to like the old ways, or how I was raised, blah blah blah. The fucking times are changing, man. And what happens, if you do that to your children, and when you get old, and you need some help, and they're not going to give it to you anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be in your this is literally your own self-interest. Maybe not for Elon Musk because he's a fucking gajillionaire for some reason, but for other folks that are out there, like there might be a time when you need somebody to fucking help you, and you've burned these bridges so bad that they're never going to fucking help you. They're not going to give you the same amount of, care that you could have given them. Like plant those fucking seeds of kindness in other people. And these are like the smallest bits of kindness you can give somebody. But people are like this whole like, fuck around and find out mentality in America. It's like I don't know. This place is like really fucked up. So
yeah, here. I know there's gonna be fireworks all fucking night and shit. Y'all want to wrap it? Or was
one quick look? DMX has 15 kids, so.
And one short of Clint Eastwood.
Well, I'm confused about the whole Clint Eastwood thing because the other ones are saying he only had 8, so I'm not sure about that one anymore. It's still a lot, but yeah.
A lot.
I think once you get over 3, to me personally, once you get over 3, like that's a lot.
And I mean, these were stereotypical things that were said while we were growing up. I think, that those were considered traditional Irish and Latino Catholic families. When you get north of 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, I heard it growing up. I know that it can sound fucked up and whatnot, but it's not necessarily about the nationality or culture per se as much as it is access to birth control.
Well,
and religion.
Well, and it's also how much they were like persecuted, right? So if you're the group that you were in were getting killed by another group of people, in mass, then yeah, it's probably within your self-interest and your group self-interest to have more kids. But today, like like we're kind of good on this is getting into another fucking podcast, but in America there's a certain group that is not having as many kids as the others, and that one certain group is the reason why you're seeing these changes in Roe versus Wade, and basically needing to have kids and like pushing people to have more kids and blah blah blah, because their birth rates are fucking low as shit. They're below
Yep.
2.2%, and that's what you need to have a functioning society.
Yeah.
Because once you go under that number, then you can't sustain that society anymore. So,
I
but
thought you were talking about another country because if I was single, I would have had my passport and ticket ready.
no. I mean, if you want to have kids, I mean, you can go to Korea, you can go to Canada, you can go to I think Japan too. These are
Japan.
three places
Yeah,
that
Japan.
are not having enough kids, and they will pay you to have kids, which America could do. You could pay us, or actually have a federal fucking mandate of paid family leave, but we don't. Or pay people to have kids, but we don't. You know, other countries do that, and they're seeing a rise in birth rates again because you need to have this. You need to have more kids to keep your society going, or society collapses. So that's just numbers, math.
It certainly is. Can't be lower than that 2 births per woman or woman.
2.2.
You know,
2.2.
Because
I'm rounding down.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
rounded
because you have to account for like mortality rates, right? Because childbirth deaths and like just going through live deaths and shit like that. So
Yeah, and our infant mortality rate is not great. Wow, you know what? We're ending on a high note, aren't we?
sorry. Yeah, I did
Why
that.
not?
Start low, end low.
Blue, what you got popping this week? God damn it!
Oh man, what is going on this week? Tomorrow, 4th of July. We're gonna go over to my sister-in-law's place and go swimming. Hope because right now in the Bay Area, it's been scorching hot, like 90s, like high 90s in some areas. Some places have seen like in the
Triple
hundreds.
digits.
Yeah,
Mhm.
triple digits was like I'm still got the African sheen going on right now.
Glazing.
For real.
I can see that sunburn from here.
It's not a sunburn.
He's just black, bro. What the fuck?
I'm glossy over here. But no, yeah. So we're gonna go to my sister-in-law's place and go swimming. Doing some yard work to our place. We're thinking about moving to a better school district for a little Bash. He's gonna be starting like kindergarten and like TK soon, so we're trying to figure all that stuff out. Work's been really good. I made a suggestion at work today at work yesterday because like it's been super hot and like you can sit outside to eat lunch and there's no like umbrellas or anything. So I said like, hey, how about we move the chairs in the shadow of the building so like we can be outside and not get fucking sunburned. And like one guy was like, oh no, noontime is when the sun's like overhead, so it wouldn't cast any shadow. I was like, dude, that's not how it's not how the sun works in the northern hemisphere. Like it's at a tilt. Anyways, I took a picture of like the area like during like 11:30 like noontime, and like there's a shadow on the walkway, and they're like, oh cool. So like they actually moved the chairs into the shadow area of the building, and like the tables were all taken. So like they took my suggestion into consideration, and it was a success, which I'm pretty excited about.
And now you had nowhere to sit because everybody else was sitting there.
Everywhere else is in there. I made everything trendy. Other than that, two of my other good friends' birthdays were coming up, so they're talking about doing like an escape room on the weekend. But right now they're talking about like having dinner at like maybe going to like Ruth's Chris or something like that.
Oh shit!
But yeah, other than that, I mentioned Fleming's. Is it Fleming's? That's the place, right?
Yeah, it's Fleming's. Yeah,
sounds like
there's more than one too.
Yeah.
Two.
Been there a few times.
Sounds like Fleming's. Anyways, yeah, definitely gonna hang out with them. Other than that, just trying to stay cool because man, it's hot.
Hawk Chili. Old Ninja, what you
got? For me, I'm gonna be playing some more of this weeby fucking super cleavage game a little bit more because I just unlocked one of the other chicks. I just unlocked Bunny in the game. What I been saying was the Diva clone, but Cronus doesn't agree. But whatever.
I do not agree.
That's fine. Also, Modern Warfare has like a secret zombie area, which we've been fucking with a little bit. So I'm probably gonna be playing a little bit of that. Other than that, I know Blue and we've been watching the New Adventures my Adventures with Superman. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
They dropped. Yeah, there's a shit ton of episodes out, and this is the second season, and it's been a lot different this season. They kind of stepped their game up with this. A lot of people are getting fucked up. New characters have been introduced. A lot of like DC characters have been introduced because they're roaming around in Metropolis. So it's been pretty interesting. Um,
Is that
I
the
haven't
one
caught
where
up on.
Is that the one where Superman does the
Yes.
Sailor Moon changing?
Yeah,
He did it
that's like one
once.
episode they did.
It was
Yeah.
literally once. And yeah, it's like you fuck one sheep, and all of a sudden you're a sheep fucker. Anyway,
Yeah,
he did it
that's how
once.
that works.
Yeah, he did it once, and he's never done that shit again. It's been pretty interesting. The story's actually been a bit more complicated this new season. We didn't talk about House of the Dragon, but it's just getting fucked up in that shit.
Yeah.
Even more so. I'm not caught up on the Acolyte. I'm gonna watch the current episode, which aired yesterday.
Yeah.
Probably gonna watch it tonight, and then just been chilling, trying to stay out of the heat. It's gonna be hot because I'm gonna be working throughout the weekend. I'm working on 4th of July, so nothing special there. Hopefully nothing catches on fire near me. I'm really praying that nobody fucking blows up some shit and all of a sudden the fucking fire goes off and 40 acres go up in blaze. So that's pretty much it for me.
I'm gonna jump real quick. Another thing I started watching is Suicide Iske.
Oh
That
yeah.
just dropped on HBO, and it's pretty fucking good.
Suicide
Like
what?
it's called
Suicide
Suicide Iske.
Okay.
Suicide Squad. Isn't it
Yeah,
Suicide Squad?
Iske, and it's a Japanese animation of the Suicide Squad, and it's pretty fucking funny. It's funny. It's interesting, and like it's really like what would happen if you take DC characters and made a Japanese animation. I mean, Marvel did it like a long time ago.
Well, and it's also like the Batman Ninja thing. It was animated.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. Good shit. All right, Kronos, what you got?
Enjoying the rest of my week with my daughter. It'll be fun. We're gonna go swimming, and then I don't know, maybe on a hike or something. So, yeah. Other than that, just adjusting to new life, and I did my refinancing yesterday, signed my paperwork and shit like that. So I got things in motion to hopefully improve my life going forward. So, yeah, I guess that's all I got.
Very nice. And you're doing a ton of fucking jujitsu. So.
Yeah, probably too much. Well, I say too much, but like I don't know, I'm getting better. So there's that.
Good shit.
Did you talk about your trip last week on the podcast? I wasn't on it.
The trip last week?
Your trip to
Vegas? I'm pretty sure I did, didn't I?
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and
I
listen
think
to
it was
that.
like 2 weeks. Wasn't that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Dan's retirement. So
actually, yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple days ago. Like we caught up again. Him, looking for a job in civilian life. So yeah, it's gonna be weird for him because he's retired, but he's still gotta look for a job, I guess. But yeah, he'll be all right either way.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit. For me this weekend, I am going to go to Anime Expo with my son and my nephew, so that'll be really fun.
Oh shit!
I'm looking forward
You're going
to
to Anime X.
I'm looking forward to rolling with him. Actually, and your son too, I guess, because he's coming to do jujitsu. So
okay.
Yeah, on Monday. I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. We'll be up in LA for this weekend and just really hanging out. So that'll be good times. And what was the other thing I was gonna do? Go ahead.
Be on the lookout for Project Mayhem. You might run into him.
Oh shit, I haven't seen that man in years. So
years, but you might see him.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled. If his hair is not brightly colored, then that is not.
It's probably silver by now, but we'll see.
All right, good shit. Take us out, old ninja.
You just experienced Black on Black Times Infinity.
You
can check us out anywhere and everywhere you consume your podcast on almost everything streaming. I don't know anything that's streaming that doesn't have us on it. Maybe Audible, probably not.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Are we on Audible
I
too?
don't know.
Kind
maybe.
of.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. But we're on Amazon though. We're on Spotify, so
Yeah.
that's Amazon. Yeah, well, whatever. But we're everywhere. Just know that every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time, we go live on YouTube and simultaneously on Twitch. You can watch and comment on there. You can email us at BthanBTI@gmail.com. That's BTHANBTI. Check our official website, BenHeadProductions.com/BthanBTI. I think that's the major stuff. There you go.
All right.
And if she don't hawk to her, I don't want to talk to her.
That's pretty good.
Damn.